Ryan Garcia is known since he was a kid that he was special, and everybody around him knows that he's special.
We started at age 7. He wanted to achieve these goals where he could beat up a championship boxer like Luke Campbell, who was a gold medalist, and that's a kid's dream.
You're never going to be at your best, ever, but you're always striving to get there. Right now, Ryan, he's at that stage where he's climbing the ladder and he's almost there to the top.
He could have taken lots of other fights, made millions of dollars with lesser opponents, and people would come out to see him. But he feels that he's the best. You have to fight the best and prove it.
I was willing to put myself on the line for the sport to get the respect that I feel I deserve. So I did everything I could to make it happen, and I didn't take no for an answer.
This is a mega fight. The two best fighters in their division. This is what you do when you believe in yourself. This is what you do when you've worked your whole life for something.
I think this fight is the biggest fight of our era, maybe it's fight of the decade, just because of the magnitude. We never get to see the best against the best. We never get to see two undefeated. Usually we see mismatches, and I can tell you who's going to win. Because every fighter likes to calculate, I don't want to lose my hope. They're willing to risk it all.
With only days left, Ryan Garcia's final camp doesn't feel like a gym anymore. It feels like a lab, cold-controlled, and deliberately building something dangerous for the Mario Barrios fight.
What's up, guys? We're here at TNT facility with my strength and conditioning coach, Cipriano, also known as Sip, also known as Uncle. I could keep going all day, but today I'm going to go in with you guys through my strength and conditioning workout. You're going to see what helps me with my speed and my power. Obviously, God gifted. Thank the Lord all day long for my power and speed. So fast, use it for good, but then when I fight, I have to knock somebody out. But Sip helps strengthen it, got to sharpen the tools. So you're going to see how I do it today. Let's get it.
Today's our cardio day, baby. So the stuff that we're doing today is not traditional, right? We're going to be moving. We're going to be moving fast. We got 10 rounds. We got 30 seconds, simulating a 3-minute round with a minute break in between. Y'all better stop playing and get ready. All right, so here we go. Our first workout on this 10 rounds. What we're going to do is we're going to get down low. We're going to explode. Right, which is going to work that serratus muscle. So when Ryan takes his shot, everything is coming through here, and it's all the big boxer muscle.
There it is.
That's what we do.
Damn, only halfway. You already did 100 of them. There you go. Come on. Let's go, nephew. Get it.
Watching the footage, there's no noise, no chatter, just a metallic rhythm of punches, mid-snapping, and Ryan yelling, "I'm winning this fight no matter what." That is a motivation talk. That's calibration.
Our fifth workout, once again, a low impact on the body. So now we're going fast.
Keep hitting them halfway.
We're doing it quick. Once again, get that heart rate up.
There we go.
Good. Get them moving. Stay on point.
Great job.
Come on, baby. 10 seconds. Come on. Got this. Come on, no working like you. Let's get this, baby. 5 seconds. Push that. Come on.
There we go. Look at that. Woo!
When he admits, yeah, I was drinking, partying, full of toxins, that's not fight or spin. That's a raw self-audit on camera. The kind of honesty that kills excuses on contact.
I mean, the circumstances are much different, After that year of suspension, it was much different circumstances. I was coming off of suspension, and during that suspension, I was drinking and partying and doing whatever I want for all the way through until they told me that I had to fight. My instincts told me not to. My body wasn't well. It had a lot of toxins in it, as you can imagine. A lot of stuff that I did. But when you have a lot of people in your ear and people are telling you can make $5 million, it's an easy fight, and but internally that it's not the right decision, and I didn't trust my heart and didn't trust my instincts, and
I'm listening and thinking, this is the same guy people called unfocused, and now he's openly saying he knew the Raleigh fight was a wrong call. Every day in camp back then, his body felt off, instinct screaming no. This time, he's cutting those ghosts out surgically.
Next workout here, a little bit modified reverse crunch. All right, we're going to come up. Really focusing on getting that core, getting them abs way down in the spine.
There it is.
Going. Like I said, one of the biggest things for us is keeping his abs on point, keeping his core on point.
Woo, look at
And
that.
most importantly, having that stability that he needs for them legs and torso working together. Come on. Good.
If this focused, lab-forged version of Ryan steps into the ring, the fight stops being spectacle and turns into a mission. No headlines, just a man and the physics of impact. If you're betting, you're not betting on personality anymore. You're betting on precision.
Is that right?
Perfect.
And that eerie silence from Ryan's camp makes Barrios' energy feel completely different. Because while one side is shouting intention into the void, the other is quietly sharpening execution. When Barrios says he's tired of camp and just ready to show the work he and Joe Goosen put in, that's champion language. No speeches, just routine discipline. And that's more dangerous than hype.
You know, with all that experience, you know, that's why I'm taking it into this fight. You know, I've been in there, like I said, you know, with Tank, who's very explosive, very quick. With Pacquiao, very awkward, like someone one of a kind. Thurman, who's a great movement, you know, a big puncher. So yeah, you know, I'm looking to just use everything that has got me to this point.
When Barrios explains bringing in Goosen to get back to what got him here, that's not reinvention. It's refinement. That's terrifying when you're already a durable, experienced welterweight. And when he says he wants to stay uncomfortable to grow, that mindset collides perfectly with a fighter like Ryan who thrives on rhythm and momentum. He even admits Ryan's unpredictability is what makes him dangerous. Not fear, just cold respect.
He has said it himself, right? You never know what you're gonna get from him. I also think, you know, that's what makes him, you know, a very dangerous opponent. And, you know, I'm not taking this fight lightly. You know, regardless of everything, you know, you might see on social media, you know, everything people might tag me in. This is definitely a fight for both of us, you know, where, yeah, man, like I can't and I don't want, you know, another loss. And, you know, it's the same for him, you know, so there is a lot riding on this. It's not something that I don't think he's taking lightly.
But the line that sticks is when Barrios says he wants to make Ryan uncomfortable and test how badly he wants it. That's not trash talk. That's a mission statement. Pressure, presence, size, patience, all packed into one sentence. He brushes off the antics as funny and irrelevant, which tells me he's not fighting the persona. He's fighting the man. When he talks about delivering a clear, intelligent title defense, that's champion psychology. Not chasing moments, controlling them. Quiet fighter, loud intentions, dangerous chemistry.
I'm not sure, but, you know, like I said, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna just just test him in every way that I can. You know, whether it's pressure, whether it's just that presence, and then just, you know, just letting him know you're like that. Like it's not gonna be the way that he thinks it is.
That calm champion mindset gets even more interesting when Robert Garcia jumps in and basically calls Ryan a walking question mark. And that line hits hard because it's not disrespect. He openly says if Ryan has a great camp and shows up sharp, he can absolutely knock Barrios out. That's elite respect wrapped in cautious realism. But then he flips it. Ryan can look spectacular one night and off the next. And that inconsistency is exactly why this fight feels volatile instead of predictable.
Ryan is one of those kids that we don't know. If he comes out and has that great training camp and in great preparation, is in great shape, he could go out and win by knockout, but we don't know.
One version of Ryan is a highlight machine. The other is a pressure fighter's dream opponent. When Robert questions the trainer carousel and the move back to his dad, that's not gossip. It's a veteran coach analyzing accountability and structure. When he asks, is Ryan calling the shots now? Suddenly the camp dynamic becomes part of the fight itself. And yet, he still says he's rooting for Ryan because he could be the face of boxing, critique and belief colliding in real time.
Hasn't showed, there's fights where he fucking looks sensational, but next fight he doesn't. And that just happened with Haney, and then the next fight against Rollis, he didn't look too good. So we don't know what we're going to see with Ryan. I hope to, I like Ryan. He's a great dude, Southern California, great kid, great.
Then the real chess piece drops, Goosen with Barrios. Robert flat out says that could favor Barrios because Goosen knows Ryan. That insider edge matters more than speed clips. Still, he keeps coming back to the same truth. If Ryan lands clean, the fight can change instantly. But if Barrios drags it late and fights smart, the wild card becomes the one under pressure. Unpredictability versus experience. That's controlled chaos waiting on a trigger.
Yes, Barrios working with Goosen, and that could favor Barrios a lot because Goosen knows Ryan. So it's interesting. If Ryan lands, he's so fast and so strong that if he lands, he's going to hurt him and finish him and become champion and all the love for him and credit for him. But if he doesn't, and if Barrios fights smart, Goosen knows, takes it to the later rounds, Ryan might be in trouble. It's going to be an interesting fight. Interesting.
That wild card label sharpens when Greg Hackett steps in and says, I don't know if I trust Ryan Garcia. That's not hate. It's risk assessment. This isn't about talent doubt. It's reliability doubt, which is far more dangerous at championship level. Hackett points to the Raleigh fight and says Ryan showed self-doubt. Now, the debate isn't speed or power. It's mental stability under pressure.
You see Ryan in the ring with somebody his height. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're looking at a real boxing match. Could he overwhelm Barrios? Yeah, but where is he mentally? Ryan Garcia has been spending time with YouTubers and streamers like that. He ain't really been training. So what type of Ryan are we getting? I mean, are we going to get the front runner Ryan who go in there and try his best for 2-3 rounds and then for the rest of the fight? Or is we going to get a focused Ryan that's really trying to go in there and do damage?
But he keeps it balanced, calling Barrios inconsistent at times too. Moments where he should press and doesn't box and doesn't. That's the quiet paradox here. One fighter unpredictable emotionally, the other unpredictable tactically. Still, Hackett leans toward Barrios on conditioning, composure, and consistency, which fits the calm champion tone we've heard all camp. He predicted Barrios' decision, but admits a Ryan knockout wouldn't shock him. That contradiction is this fight. You can't fully trust Ryan, but you can't ignore his explosiveness either.
I think it's a 50-50 fight. I think the height plays a major part. I think the jab of Barrios plays a major part if he apply that jab. But Ryan got to show more than the left hook. At the same time, Ryan can punch. Barrios, if he turned on, then he looked good, like he did against the Cuban boy. I forgot his name, but that was a great night for him. You know what I mean? So we can get that Barrios, or we can get the Barrios that.
Zooming out, this fight stops looking like hype versus champion and starts looking like discipline versus certainty under fire. Ryan is openly owning past chaos, stripping excuses, and rebuilding from the foundation up body, mind, identity. Barrios isn't reacting to noise or personas. He's preparing to test heart, comfort, and composure over rounds, not moments. Add Robert calling Ryan a wild card and Hackett questioning trust. And one brutal truth emerges. Talent isn't the question anymore. Consistency is.
Having to be with 3 of the top trainers and not being able to train with neither of them and not going back to his dad, I don't know. There's questions there. Is that going to work? Is he doing it because he doesn't want to work hard and he wants to call the shots and his dad's going to do whatever he wants? We don't know. I don't know. If it was his dad, he would stay with him his whole career and never hired anybody else. Maybe when he hired Eddie or Goosen or Derek James, maybe it's because he knew his dad wasn't capable.
If the calm, lab-forged, hyper-focused version of Ryan actually shows up, this could turn into a precision takeover. But if even a trace of old inconsistency leaks in, Barrios' structure, size, patience, and championship composure become a slow burn problem that grows more dangerous every round. This isn't just about skills. It's about which mentality holds its shape when the pressure is real. That's why the volatility feels so high days before the bell even rings. Drop your take in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe to US Box Pro. See you in the next one.